Good evening, and thank you for joining Local Vibes, first 5 p.m. here on WFRV Plus. I am your host, Indiana Shills, back with another exciting week of first 5 p.m. I hope you guys are all enjoying your absolutely gorgeous Monday. I mean, we have set records throughout Northeast Wisconsin. Still waiting for them to be officially confirmed by the National Weather Service, but as our meteorologists have alluded, they have been, they're pretty much broken. They just, again, need to be confirmed. But beautiful weather outside. Hopefully you guys, if you guys are off tonight, you're out there enjoying the weather, maybe doing some early golfing. There's been plenty of golf courses that have kind of opened up a little earlier. I know Hilly Haven in the area is now open for the season, so feel free to go golfing. I mean, not too late tonight, especially not gaining an hour, but gaining an hour of daylight, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, let's recap the weekend so you guys know how the big guy fared. Friday, we did some streaming, had a lot of fun. Did about a 6 or 7 hour stream. Don't laugh at that. That was actually me being realistic. It was like a 6 or 7 hour stream. Just playing some Valorant with some of my buddies. Blake Bortz, he played with him, and then Riley Engelbert, our photojournalist, playing with him. We had a good time. They didn't have the best time, but I had a good time. They struggle at the game a little bit sometimes, but they enjoy playing with me. So, it was fun. And then Saturday went back home for the Bucks game. Bucks played the Utah Jazz. Ended up getting some good parking. Short little walk over to the Fiserv. Got myself a new hat, which was nice. A nice black Bucks hat to match the all-black outfit I was rocking at the Bucks game. Bucks looked like they were going to blow them out after the first 7 minutes. Ended up being a pretty close game. But the Bucks did win. It was a good, fun game to watch. Had really nice seats. Big shout out to my buddy Jared for taking me to the game. We had a couple beers, which I think we each paid for 2 rounds. And I think it was about $50 for us each, which, the beer prices at stadium games, or like professional sports, they gotta lower them a little bit. Come on now. But no, the seats were fantastic. It was really good. Super good time. Got on the Jumbotron. Literally after Jared was like, we cannot get on the Jumbotron. I got my arm around Jared. It's the DJ cam. Now this is like before the game, but this is like 45 minutes before tip off, maybe 40, 30. I'm sitting there, I'm going like this, I'm going DJing, and they put Jared and I on, and it literally was right after Jared was like, I do not want to be seen on the Jumbotron. And I go, Jared, look up. And we're on the Jumbotron, and I'm spinning it like this, and Jared's just like, it was so funny. It was hilarious. A really good time. Bucks ended up pulling it out, winning that game. And then after, we went to the casino down over at Potawatomi in Milwaukee. Let me tell you, your boy did it again. Absolute fantastic session over at Potawatomi. Slots were just hitting right away. I mean, I wasn't playing very high increments right off the rip. I think I was betting like $2.50 a spin on this one game that I've never played before. Ended up hitting a couple bonuses. One bonus was like $200, which was really nice. And then I jumped my bet up because I was playing on house money at this point. Jumped my bet up to $450, hit a bonus on the first spin. Ended up winning like $300 on that. And then we took it to another machine. Then we really bumped it up, we were playing $10 a spin, and all my friends, Jason ended up joining us. They were having a heart attack watching me spend $10 a spin, but it was fine. We got a couple bonuses, didn't really go our way, not what we were looking for. Jumped it up. Now this one made me enter flow state, but we were throwing $30 spins, and we ended up getting, I don't know if you guys know it's called Pinball. It's a slot machine, very fun game, old game. They remastered it, remade it into a newer version. I did a couple $30 spins because I'm crazy and I'm insane. Hit the pinball bonus, and honestly kind of surprised did not get a hand pay, which is over $1,200, but we did get a very, very good win. Took that to blackjack, ended up winning, playing about $100 a hand, ended up winning 7 of 10 hands or something like that. So that was solid, good session there. And then we were kind of just easy cruising the rest of the way. Ended up walking away up $1,000. Put that right in the bank right away. We're all good to go. Great set. Well, not up 1,000. Up, I think it was 800 or 900. I still have to count the money, but yeah, we took it to the bank, put it in the cruise fund. So good session there. Then Sunday, just kind of sat around with the three dogs, Mackenzie and her best friend Hope. Watched the NASCAR race. Mackenzie's guy ended up winning the NASCAR race at Phoenix. Stay tuned for Inside the Garage on Friday when Blake Bortz and I break down the Phoenix race. But yeah, it was a good weekend, and then drove back last night. Did some fun stuff this morning. I was eligible for a phone upgrade, and I finally decided to pull the trigger. Got the newest iPhone, which is very nice, and we also got ourselves an Apple Watch. So good stuff. Good weekend all around, but I'm happy to be back here. Obviously, weekends go a little quick when I go back home, but happy to be back here talking to you guys, getting ready to get into the news. Now, the big news today, obviously, we're going to talk mostly Green Bay Packers. We'll talk a little bit about UWGB basketball and Wisconsin as March Madness is getting closer and closer by the day. But let's go ahead and start off with the Packers now while the new year in the NFL. It doesn't officially start until 3 p.m. on Wednesday. The legal tampering period began at 11 a.m. Monday morning, and players are already finding new reported homes. Now, for the Green Bay Packers, they entered the 2026 offseason with 9 unrestricted free agents. What are unrestricted free agents? This means players who are free to negotiate and sign with any team. 8 restricted free agents. That means players who are free to negotiate and sign with any team, but the Packers can give a qualifying offer, meaning they can retain that player. And then 4 exclusive rights free agents, meaning if Packers off a 1-year deal at league minimum, the player cannot negotiate with other teams. So let's go ahead and run through the unrestricted free agents right off the rip. Romeo Doubs, a very critical part of the wide receiver core. There's been a lot of talks that he is probably going to move on, and that is true. Romeo Doubs has not signed anywhere at this moment, but he is expected to sign elsewhere. Reports came in from Rob Demovsky, that Doubs is expected to sign elsewhere. He will not be a Green Bay Packer next year. Moving down on the list, Kingsley Enagbare. He is on the move as well. He signed a 1-year deal, $10 million with the New York Jets. So we wish Enagbare well over in the AFC now. John Fitzpatrick, he is still to be determined. Nick Nyman, he has re-signed with the Packers. Sean Ryan, a big one as well. 3 years, $33 million extension with the Green Bay Packers. Coming in just recently now, this was as of about 30 minutes ago. Quay Walker, he is no longer on the Green Bay Packers. He will be moving out west to Las Vegas to play for the Raiders. Signed a 3-year, $40.5 million deal with, I think, $28 million guaranteed. So very nice deal for Quay Walker. Some fans like to see him go. Some fans hate to see him go. What he did in Green Bay was great stuff. He obviously had some boneheaded plays as well, but we'll miss Quay Walker. Wish him the best over in Las Vegas. Rasheed Walker, Christian Welch, both to be determined, I still believe. And then Malik Willis. That's the other big one today. He has signed a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with the Miami Dolphins. He is following defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, who is now the head coach of Miami. So those are all the unrestricted free agents. Couple other notable players. Rashawn Gary. Obviously, we had that crazy social media thing over on Friday of him saying farewell. They said he was hacked. Was he hacked? You be the judge of that. The Packers have traded Rashawn Gary. They traded him for a 4th-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys. And then in other news, Elton Jenkins, he 2-time Pro Bowler, he has been released. Now with the signing of Sean Ryan, 3 years, $33 million, he's expected to play center. That leaves cap space to cut Elton Jenkins, so we save about $20 million in cap space. Elton Jenkins is now free to sign wherever he pleases. For the restricted free agents, not a whole lot going on right now. Chris Brooks, he has re-signed with the Packers, but we'll keep following that. We have a nice article on our website at wearegreenbay.com, as you guys can follow all the players a little more closely. Packers have also made a pair of trades. We talked about the Rashawn Gary one. Defensive tackle Kobe Wooden, to the Colts for linebacker Zaire Franklin. I really like that deal from Brian Gutekunst. I think Zaire Franklin is certainly a big piece for that defense, especially with Quay Walker leaving. I think the Packers organization knew Quay was on the way out. Securing Zaire Franklin is a big get for Green Bay, and let's hope that he can go ahead and play up to the potential that he has. So, like I said, articles on wearegreenbay.com. You can follow all of the offseason moves from the Green Bay Packers. But until then, we don't have anything else to report. So we're going to head to our first commercial break. When we come back, let's talk UW Green Bay basketball, men's and women's. They played over the weekend. Women's played today, actually. Men's played over the weekend. We'll give you a recap on those games. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Local Vibes, first 5 p.m. here on WFRV Plus. I am your host, Indiana Shills. Hope you're having a lovely Monday with the great weather. Glad you're taking a couple of minutes out of your day to hang out with me as we go through some sports stories here today. The University of Wisconsin Green Bay men's basketball team, they played in the second round of the Horizon League tournament. That was on Sunday. Unfortunately, just did not have enough to get it done. Ended up, they shot well. They shot 51%, but they shot 29% from from three. Northern Kentucky, 50% from three. Obviously, a very big difference. Northern Kentucky ends up taking that 96-76. So Green Bay season is done. Little notables: Justin Allen, 18 points. CJ O'Hara, 18. Preston Rudiger, 13 points in his final game for the Phoenix. So we wish Preston nothing but the best, and the rest of the seniors as well. Whether Green Bay gets a postseason bid to a tournament is it won't be the NCAA tournament, but Green Bay certainly gave a good effort, but unfortunately it was just a little too much. There was, Green Bay did start off hot. It looks like they started out up 9-2, but then it was kind of all Northern Kentucky the rest of the way. Green Bay had a kind of a scoring slump. Green Bay did shoot very well from the free throw line, though, 18 of 19, 95%. But obviously the turnovers were a big difference, 9 turnovers to 4. Largest lead for UW Green Bay was 7. They led for 35% of the game, but unfortunately they fell. They were underdogs in this game despite being the higher seed in the conference. They were 3.5-point underdogs. So unfortunately just could not get it done, but it feels like the program is headed in the right direction under Doug Gottlieb. So good stuff from the Phoenix this year. Unfortunately, they bow out in the Horizon League tournament. Now, for the women's side of things, they played in the semifinal. They are not done. They're moving on to the Horizon League Championship after blowing out Purdue Fort Wayne, IPFW. 73-48, a big win indeed. They had their starters just played. Carly Duffney had 20 points. Megan Schultz 13 with a double-double, 10 rebounds. Jenna Geyer only 6 points. Kind of struggled today, but really, really showed how much it's not just the Horizon League Player of the Year that carries this Phoenix team. Carly Duffney 20 points. Megan Schultz 13. Bench added in Christina Oymet. 11 points. Gracie Grizek, 6 points. They're a very versatile team, and they played stellar defense, holding IPFW to 33% from the field. So they'll move on to play, I believe, the 2 seed Youngstown State. That game is scheduled for, let's go take a look here. I believe that's scheduled for tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, 11 a.m., Green Bay women's basketball looking to make it not 1, not 2, but 3 in a row. NCAA tournament bids. Obviously the favorite in the conference. 2 best teams going at it. Both teams 24-8 on the season. Green Bay 17-3 in the Horizon. Youngstown State 15-5. Geyer leads all scoring for the season at 15.2. What's this girl's name? Santoro? Is it Casey? Yeah, Casey Santoro, leader for Youngstown State, 12.3 points per game. So it should be a pretty good one. Let's hope that UW Green Bay can pull off the win. Youngstown State squeaked by Cleveland State 60-55. But yeah, so we'll see what the Lady Phoenix can do. Hopefully punch their ticket into the NCAA tournament tomorrow. Again, that game is at 11 a.m. on ESPN. So make sure you tune in and let's hope for a win. Now, moving on to the Badgers. The Badgers, man. They're a scary team, you know. They're peaking at the right time right now. So let's go ahead and recap yesterday's game. They had a Saturday's game, excuse me, very big. First of all, shout out Marquette. We got to give them some love. You know, they've had a rough season. Take down number 4 UConn at home. Dan Hurley ejected in the final seconds. Just a big win for Shaka Smart and the Marquette Golden Eagles. Obviously, again, season has not gone the way they had hoped, but big upset there. That could bump UConn down to a 2 seed with a loss like that. But the Badgers, they went on the road against Purdue. You know, Purdue's always been a really solid team in the Big Ten. I believe it's been 30-something years since Purdue lost at home when scoring 90-plus points. Badgers pull it out 97-93. John Blackwell, 5 3-pointers, scored 25. Nick Boyd added 23. Wisconsin set a school record with 18 3-pointers in a road game in that 97-93 win. John Blackwell with 4 rebounds, Boyd with 5 assists. Kind of a back and forth game for a little while until the Badgers end up hitting a big shot to go up, and you know it was just another really solid win for Wisconsin that could ultimately put them at, you know, they're looking at maybe a 7 or a 6 seed now. So big stuff for the Badgers. They after that win, they're 14-6 in the Big Ten. That will bring them to, I believe they are the 5 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Let me just confirm that. But I'm 95% sure they are the 5 seed. All right, let's take a look here. Yes, so they are the 5 seed. Now they will play the winner of USC and Washington. That game is, I believe, on March 11th. So Badgers will play the winner of Washington, USC. Now, you got to remember they lost to USC earlier this year. Washington, the 12 seed, USC, the 13. Whoever wins that game between the Badgers / USC, Washington, they'll move on to play Illinois. And then winner will play anyone from the number 1 seed of Michigan to Ohio State, Iowa, Oregon, Maryland, depending on who makes it that far. You got to expect that's probably going to be Michigan. But Badgers certainly can make a run, you know, get a couple wins here in the Big Ten tournament. You know, potentially upset Illinois again. We could see them up to a 6 seed, as you know, 6 or even, you know, I call me crazy, a 5 seed. They've been playing very well lately. Got a lot of quad 1 wins, a lot of quality quad 1 wins as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The Big Ten tournament, it starts tomorrow with Maryland and Oregon. They're the 16 and 17 seed, and then Northwestern and Penn State is game 2 about 25 minutes after that game wraps up. So a lot of fun stuff happening in the conference tournaments. Real quick before we head to break, let me just confirm. The automatic bids so far for this year's men's NCAA tournament. Let's see. Here we go. Queens from the Atlantic Sun, they are the automatic bid this year, so big shout out to Queens. I believe this is their first NCAA tournament appearance since moving up to Division I. High Point, they are back from the Big South. Northern Iowa, for those of you who might think that sounds familiar, AJ Green, Milwaukee Bucks sharpshooter, went to Northern Iowa. They also have a pretty memorable moment in the NCAA tournament, hitting a half-court shot to beat Texas in the first round, hit by Cody Jesperson. Does that name sound familiar? Because his brother played on the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, ironically. Out of the Northeast Conference, the Long Island Sharks, they're headed to the NCAA tournament. Ohio Valley has wrapped up as well. Tennessee State is taking the automatic bid there, and no surprise from the Summit League, one of the best teams in that Summit League every single year consistently. North Dakota State, they're headed back to the NCAA tournament. So we do have a couple championship games tonight. The Sun Belt, Troy and Georgia Southern are playing in the SoCon, the Southern Conference. That is, I believe it is, where is it here? Let me just clarify. Eastern Tennessee State and Furman. Eastern Tennessee State expected to win that game. Furman the 6th seed. So we could see, Furman's obviously got quite the March Madness moment in them. Could they potentially steal a bid from Eastern Tennessee State? Definitely a possibility. That all goes down tonight. Looking at the rest of the list, doesn't look like there's many other games here tonight. Just those two conference championships. So 2 more teams will punch their ticket into the NCAA tournament. But enough yapping. Let's go ahead and hit our final commercial break. When we come back, we'll get a little check of the weather from Ryan Kudish. Unfortunately, not in studio today, so we'll play his full weather from our 4 p.m. show. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Local 5's first 5 p.m. here exclusively on our streaming app, WFRV+. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. As always, even if it's just, any day of the week, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me for 30 minutes and catch up on the news. It's not always the news. Sometimes it's sports like this. Let me just put it this way. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me yap about whatever the heck I want to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and let Ryan Kudish take it over here before we end the show. We're going to go ahead and see just what kind of records we have broken in Northeast Wisconsin today.
And now, the area's most accurate forecast from Storm Team 5. Meteorologist Ryan Kudish.
When this day popped up on our 10-day temperature trend, many people, including myself, had it circled, but unfortunately, it's not lasting very long as a cold front will ruin it, then bring us a sharp change back to reality tomorrow. Currently, it's 68 degrees in Green Bay. Light wind. We do have some clouds moving in, though. It's been a beautiful stretch of days to be out on the Fox River. So plenty of boaters out there yesterday. It is still 72 degrees in Appleton. That is a new record. Southwest wind at 7. Manitowoc, checking in there. We're still trying to see if that station reporting 54 degrees right now is a little bit of an error, but that's what the airport is checking in, I guess. Temperatures today topped out in the 60s and 70s. 71 in Menominee, 71 in Shawano, 72 in Wapaka and Appleton, 68 was the official high here in Green Bay. Notice our normal high is 37. We are running 30 degrees above normal. Here's just kind of a recap of what we're expecting in terms of records once the National Weather Service sends something out. But I believe Appleton, Oshkosh, Green Bay, Manitowoc, and Sturgeon Bay all set some records. Appleton, I believe that will be a tie for you. But either way, this is just incredible warmth, and it's unfortunately not sticking around. Temperatures right now are in the 60s and 70s still. 72 in Wapaka, 71 in Wautoma, 66 in Sturgeon Bay, 67 in Mountain. We do see that we're starting to bring in a little bit more clouds throughout the afternoon. That's a sign, though, that a cold front is nearby, and that will start to drop our temperatures pretty steadily tonight. By 9 o'clock, notice we're back in the 40s. By midnight, we'll be back in the 30s. Then we'll land somewhere in the low to mid 30s tonight, a few upper 20s across the Northwoods. We'll have to deal with clear skies or some partly cloudy skies up that way. So here's your weather forecast. Headlines for tonight. We're looking at sharp cool down for Tuesday, snow or wintry mix as well, and we're kind of stepping into a pretty active springtime pattern. Here's kind of a breakdown. Tuesday into Wednesday morning will be a wintry mix, turning to snow for Wednesday morning, then Thursday night into Friday morning. We're favoring snow, but some spots could briefly turn over to a wintry mix. The one that I'm really kind of eyeing is Saturday night going into Sunday. Snow or a mix, definitely to monitor. That could bring us some pretty decent accumulations. Let's break down that first one for you. Notice tonight, clear skies, areas south of Green Bay. Some clouds will develop north of Green Bay. For tomorrow morning, we could actually see a brief snow shower across the Northwoods. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll cloud over for all of us, and we'll actually generate a quick band of some snow or a wintry mix across the Northwoods. That'll continue for the afternoon, and that will taper during the evening hours. Forecast highs tomorrow, topping out in the upper 30s and a few low 40s, a stark change compared to this time today, but Yeah, it's just kind of the weather story, right? Back to the maps we go. Here's overnight Tuesday going into Wednesday morning. We'll have a brief period of some rain, freezing rain, or some snow. This will clear out of here. Notice Wednesday morning, besides some slippery travel, we're looking okay. But see this band of snow out there in central Wisconsin? This will move through the area for the morning, going into the early afternoon. That could bring in some snowfall accumulations across the area. Ice accumulation, we're looking at a glaze up to a few hundredths of an inch. Here's that snowfall forecast. Best chance for any accumulation with this system will be north of Green Bay. So I'm looking at Clintonville, Oconto, Sturgeon Bay, points north 1 to 3, and then some spots across northern Wisconsin could get into that 3 to possibly 5-inch snowfall range. Just reminding us that we still have plenty of winter left to go. For tonight, clear to partly cloudy, temperatures in the lower 30s. Then for tomorrow, plan on mostly cloudy skies. Afternoon and evening, wintry mix up north. High temperatures in the 30s to around the lower 40s. 7-day forecast. Morning snow on Wednesday, 38. 41 on Thursday, should be a decent day, but then another system moves in Thursday night into Friday. One more system to go Saturday night going into Sunday. Definitely have to monitor both of those.
Winter is holding on to us by a thread, maybe. I mean, maybe more than a thread with what you've forecasted for this week.
I kind of expected a cool down at some point. I think it actually gets a little bit colder for the early part of next week as well. Just kind of, like I said, reminding us that winter is still here.
All right. Thank you, Ryan and Blake, for your yapping on air. No, just kidding. All love to both those guys. Do incredible work here at Local 5. What did I want to talk about? Man, I just had it on the tip of my tongue, and now I completely forgot already what the heck was going to... Oh, yeah, you know what? That's what it was. So, you know, we talked about a lot about March Madness today, stuff like that. We have a bracket challenge here at Local 5. If you head over to our website, wearegreenbay.com, there, if you go under, I believe, let me full screen this just to make sure. If you go under... more. So we have like a little banner on the top. You go under more, there is a bracket challenge, bracket game 2026 under contests. Now you can fill out your bracket when the bracket does drop this Sunday coming up, and you can compete against us, see how you do. You compete against other people in Northeast Wisconsin. You can see, you can kind of pair up how your bracket looks compared to, say, you know, the digital team. We're all doing one bracket together. Blake Borths, he's going to end up having his own bracket. Ryan Kudish, Jordan Lamers. You'll be able to see how many you can stack up, how you stack up, against the talent here at Local 5. So that's all the time we got for on First 5 p.m. I hope you guys have had a great Monday. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the weather while it lasts.